Hello, everyone out there. This is your host, B Low of the Hourglass Podcast. The time is now with Miko the Goddess.
Miko the Goddess is in the house.
That's what's up. We're Rated R.
Rated R is in the building.
We'd like to thank you all for watching our YouTube. Please subscribe and also hit the bell. And also follow us on Instagram, HGP_. The time is now.
I should have never said shit about this mustache, man. Y'all ain't gonna let me let it go down.
Your mustache cold. You in a mustache game.
Hey, I don't care. This is a work stash. This ain't even a mustache. This is a work stash.
Work stash.
Okay?
It's a work stash.
I thought he took that off. I thought he put that on.
Right. Nah, this is
Hello. Thank you all for tuning in to the Hourglass Podcast. The time is now. I'm your host, B Low, and I got the family with me. I got Miko the Goddess.
Miko the Goddess is in the house.
All right, Miko. Woo! And she is a goddess now. She is a goddess. And I got my main man, Rated R here.
Rated R in the building.
All right, then. There he is, cocked and loaded, double R. There he is. And the Stars is out tonight. The Stars is out tonight on the Hourglass.
Yeah.
Don't you think that, Miko? The Stars is out. Oh, yes, it is. Rated R.
All out.
It
man.
is tonight. We
here.
here. We got a special guest today. You may have seen and heard him on the Stars hit series BMF and also on Tyler Perry's The Have and the Have Nots. Without further ado, let me introduce Mr. Jon Chaffin.
Woo!
There we go. Let me go and get some claps right
there.
there.
There it is.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
what's good.
Right,
What's
now.
good,
Man,
What's good with you, man?
man. You got a better
man? I'm
introduction than I
good, man. I'm living life.
That's what's up.
I'm good. I'm good, man. Everything's lovely, man. I ain't got no complaints, man. How y'all doing?
Man, definitely, we doing all right here. We doing all right, especially with you here. We doing all right. And I got to start off, man, with tell everybody where you from, John.
I'm from Atlanta, man. Georgia, GA, Dirty South, DSGB. You know what I'm saying? Down South Georgia, boy. So that's my home. You know what I'm saying? Where I grew up. That's my city.
Okay, Dirty Bird. There you go. All right.
Yeah. That's what's
I'm
up. That's what's up.
Falcon, Hawk, Brave. You know what I'm saying? So, and we just won that World Series, and we're gonna run it back.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Oh, you got it. Well, you know,
Smack
I'm a
talking going over
cuz.
there.
He
We
White
gonna run
Sox.
it back.
I'm cuz.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, well, White Sox are gonna meet you there.
Oh damn, I feel bad for you.
Oh, man,
Right.
don't do
Say it
that.
again. Say it again.
Don't do that. Go on and brag now.
Yeah,
Go on and brag now. Get it on out your system.
Okay.
I mean, you know, we got something to cheer about, so we gotta do that because the Falcons, woo-woo,
Yeah, well,
they be breaking my heart. So you know, so I gotta rock my Braves.
that's all good. 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Understandable.
1 out of 3, the Atlanta Hawks. Well, we ain't gonna talk about that one either.
Okay, John,
Nah,
it is
we're gonna leave them alone.
it is so good to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. But I have a question from the Goddess. What inspired you to become an actor?
Man, ever since I was a kid, like just watching movies, TV shows. I used to be so um, innocent and naive that I thought that when I turned the TV off and I turned it back on, that the people were like inside the TV set waiting for me so they can continue doing what they were doing. So it was just like this. It was like this just illusion that just attracted me, and I've always just been attracted to performing, telling stories, living outside of myself. I mean, in this life that we have, we're limited as to things that we can do. But in the world of make believe, I could be a superhero. I could be a villain. You know what I'm saying? I could be a cop. I could be a robber. I could be anything. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? There's no limitations. You know, only limitations is the ones that our imagination gives us. So that's what drew me to it. Is just being able to play and live in the world and do things in an imaginary world that I can't necessarily do in real life.
Yeah,
Got
that's
it.
what's up. That's
That's
what's
what's
up.
up.
So
Oh,
that was
That's
like
what's
a
up.
long
that's beautiful.
explanation.
It was
Hey, you
beautiful
gave it to
though.
us.
Oh,
You
but
gave
that's
What
it
the
what's
to
people
up.
us.
want to know. That what the
There
people
it
want to
is.
That's
know.
what we
That's
want to
what's up.
know.
All right, well, Rated R here, man.
Yeah,
Glad to have you again, brother. Glad to have you again. My question is,
appreciate it.
how do you get prepared for a role? Like, what do you go to a dark room or something? Turn like, how do you prepare yourself for a role?
Nah, no dark rooms, no no method acting or anything where I'm living as the character for however long. Um, each role is different, so it really just depends on the role and the project. I come from theater, so in theater you have the time to really flesh out the work, the characters. You have table work, and then you have rehearsals, and then you're working like 6 days a week, and rehearsals like 5 to 8, 9, 10 hours a day. So you really have the time. So that kind of gives you the foundation of building a character, and it always begins with the backstory. So for any role that I'm playing, I try to create a backstory. Like, who is this guy? Where's he from? What's his interests? What things do we like? What things don't he like? What's his favorite food? You know what I'm saying? Color. Little things like that that the audience may not know. It may not be in the script. Uh, the director, nobody's really going to ask you these things, but for you as the actor, the artist, me, myself, it's important to know those things because that's how you can really step into those shoes and walk in them. So it's really a project by project type of thing. I don't have a method in which I work. It's pretty organic. I kind of just go. I go there in my mind's eye, if that makes sense. I read the
Okay,
Gotcha.
script.
we understand definitely.
I
Gotcha.
begin to imagine.
Yeah, practice. Hey, you
Yeah.
said it. Practice makes perfect.
Practice.
Practice makes perfect.
Right.
Now I got to talk about your role in Tyler Perry's Half and a Half Nots with War. Like, how did you kind of like get yourself in the role to
Yeah.
do that? Because you was like a gangster in there.
Yeah, same thing. Like I said, I just kind of use my imagination and go there, and then I can pull from real life. Like I didn't live the life that Warlock lived, but I know people that did. You know what I'm saying? I have friends who are, of that ilk, so I can kind of draw from that experience. And then what I don't have from real life, first-hand experience, I can fill in with my imagination. Um, and that was pretty much all that was with Warlock was, pulling from some folks that I knew, some experiences that I had, and then filling in the rest with the imagination.
Okay, that's
But I'm
cool.
not
That's
like that. I get
okay.
that
I
a
know.
lot of
Yeah, not
times.
like
They'll be like,
that.
"Oh,
I
yeah, nothing like
He
War."
ain't like
Okay,
that.
I was thinking
nothing
you
like
rough. You rough on
Warlock.
that one now. It's
Right.
rough. It's rough.
Nah,
That was you a little
nah.
bit. That was you a little bit. That little piece of you right there.
Nigga, I listen to Kenny G and all them nigga. I'm soft, man. I don't walk around hard like Warlock do, mad at the world all the time.
Understandable. Understandable.
Okay, so I want to know how was it meeting Tyler Perry?
It was cool. I mean, Tyler's a dude, man. He he just kind of, he works in a certain way that you have to. I don't even know if I can say prepare yourself. You just have to be open to work in the way that he works because it's very fast paced. It's quick. So you have to be on point. You have to be ready to work in that type of environment. As far as him as a person, he's good, man. I didn't have any issues. I have nothing but positive things. He's a man about his business. I don't know anybody that works more or harder than that dude. I'm like, I don't know how the hell he can do what he does. I mean, the man is like on set all day. He's writing the episodes. He's directing the episodes. And I'm like, how? When does this dude sleep? You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
Like, when does he
Right.
sleep? So, and then you understand, like, greatness requires a different type of hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That the Norman, common folk, you know, just don't have. Or they may think
right.
like, yo, you need to slow down. You're doing too much. But nah,
Yeah.
I,
when you
I,
talk
I,
about being
Sometimes
at
it's
that
that
type of
quiet.
level,
I
having
know.
that type of success, yeah.
Yeah, Zach, I know we know about the hustle. Dub Boo, you tell him
Yeah,
about that hustle right there.
what's going
Yeah,
on?
Dub, who is
Mr.
the
John,
building?
Mr. John.
yeah.
I come in on the slide,
What's happening?
slide in there. Hey,
Slid
Yeah.
on in here.
look,
Oh, Dub, over here now.
while we talking about you on the side of Tyler Perry,
Yeah.
is it sometimes you find yourself kind of raising your expectations, knowing you right next to him and in all the roles he plays, and do you feel like expectations has to be at a certain point?
For working with him
Yeah, just knowing
in
all the roles he
particular.
plays, like Warlock. They was just talking about Warlock, and that guy has so many. It's a build on his character that you almost have to play a couple of roles, but it's one person. You know, so do you get influence
Well,
from him
yeah.
as far as playing different roles?
No. Um,
No.
the thing when you talk about like television, you have more time with these characters. You know what I'm saying? Versus a movie, which is 90 minutes. 2 hours at most, depending if it's a Marvel film, maybe three and a half. But with television, you have weeks, months with these characters. The story is developing. You get new scripts as you go along, so you find out new information. So that can also change how you approach something. So with where Warlock was in the first season that he came on the show, the reason that he evolved is also because the writing evolved, the storyline
Mm-hmm.
evolved. So he has to, evolve. Now, as far as with Tyler, he's an artist, you know what I'm saying? And any artist wants to work with great artists. If you're, a ball player, you want to play with the best. You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna make you better. That's gonna
Right.
help. That's gonna make you raise your game up,
Right.
and then you can kind of measure yourself and see where you at in
Right.
that
Gotta step your
in
game
that
up.
type of way. And it's the
Understandable.
same. Yeah, it's the
Right.
same thing with acting. You want to work with people who are at that level, who are doing the type of work that Tyler and these other folks are doing, because it is going to do one or two things. It's going to either force you to raise your game and rise to the challenge or the level, or it's going to shrink you in the moment and reveal that you are lacking something.
Okay.
Uh,
Man.
because with acting, the camera don't lie. You feel me?
Right. Right.
So,
Right.
we can bullshit in life, but you can't bullshit on TV.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? Because folks gonna be able to pick up on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So I
So,
can't fake my way into a great performance.
Oh
Amen.
yeah.
You know
All
what I'm
Right.
There you
right.
go. There
Right.
All
you go.
right.
That's what's up. That's
All
what's
right.
up. So now we on that have to have nots. I gotta ask this. Warlock. Who came up with that name and what is that?
Yo, that's a Tyler Perry question, man. Because that was the name of the character when I read
We
it.
drew straws on that. We drew
I was
straws on
like, War.
I'm like Warlock. Is his first
Right,
name
War.
War, last name
I
Lock?
was
What is it?
like, okay. Right. Nah, the name is Warwick. You know what I'm saying? But he goes by Warlock. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? There's always something in a name, right? Like my son's name is Giovanni, which means God is gracious.
Mm-hmm.
And war, there's something in the name war because he was having a war within himself
So,
and
mm-hmm.
amongst society.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like that was a mechanism for who he was and what he was dealing with in his life at that particular time is the reason why uh, Tyler probably named that character War, because he was going to bring some sort of war to the,
Okay, okay. And it
conflict.
was a lot of
Yeah,
conflict
You know what
going
I'm
on
saying?
there. A lot
definitely
of
Aggression.
stuff
did that.
going on.
Yeah, he was coming with that. So that was an
Great,
appropriate
great.
name. That
Shout
was an
out to him.
appropriate
Right,
Definitely.
name.
Get some
right.
applause. I'm
Shout
gonna
out to
applause out to
Warlock.
Tyler out there.
See,
Definitely out there.
now I know I feel a whole lot better knowing that now.
Definitely. Yes. Now
Yeah.
we gotta talk about it now. BMF
Oh yeah.
playing the
Yeah.
role of Big Meech and also being a narrator of BMF. So every time the show come on, they hear you.
Oh, yeah.
So let us know
Yeah. Yeah.
like how was that role like coming like being a narrator too? Is that your first time being a narrator over a series, or have you done that before?
Not over a series. I mean, I've done voiceover,
Voiceovers.
which is the same thing, but never like over a series. Like doing it and narrating a series. But it was cool. Everybody, it was love, man. You know what I'm saying? Like his family, his son, everybody was just, welcoming. Because Meech is still alive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I
Right,
wanted to make
right.
sure that
Right.
his his voice, his likeness, his story was being represented in a way that if if and when he watched it, he would be like, okay, cool, they did that right. Versus going in, and so when I got there, I talked to his mom. I went over to his
Oh
mom's
wow.
crib. They had dinner. I was over there talking to his family. Just getting story, history. The energy, because I didn't want to come in doing my idea of it. You know what I'm saying? And which happens a lot of times. People don't even consult with the family of the person that the biopic is about, or you know they sometimes may just go and do their own version of it. But I was like, this man is alive, this man is going to see this, his son is playing it, the younger version of him.
Right.
Right.
His
Right.
mom is still here, so it's a respect thing for me to just show up and be like, look, I want to make sure that I represent him the way that he should be, and not the way that society, or because we know him as Big Meech popping bottles and all
Yeah.
that, but
Yeah.
who is the
Yeah.
man
Yeah.
behind that?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Which
Yes.
is so it was dope being able to do that on screen and through the voiceover, so that way they can use that as a, because a voiceover is really so you can get inside the mind. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, and
Right.
kind
Right.
of understand what he's thinking and why he's doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to just judge from the outside looking in, but then once you can actually hear what the guy's thinking, you might be like, "Oh, okay, I can see that. Okay, I can understand why he made that choice."
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it's a choice
Interesting.
that they made to go down the route that they
Right.
went.
They do it. Yep.
You know,
Mhm.
That's a great one right there. What you got on that ad on that Miko the BMF guy?
Well, I want to know what type of roles would you like to play in the future?
man. Oh, phew, so many. I'm doing a period piece right now. I'm working on. I'm doing Perry Mason right now for HBO. This is why I got this old school mustache and afro and
Ah.
baby fro. Because normally I'd have a goatee or it'd be clean shaven. I wouldn't rock just the mustache alone.
Yeah. Out the old
But
70s
yeah,
right there.
Definitely.
period
Yeah.
piece.
Definitely.
Oh.
Right. I feel like I got that old Ron Jeremy look, like back in the day. You know what I'm
Oh, the
saying?
don't drink no milk mustache
Um,
habit.
Right.
That's one of them mustaches.
right.
You
Got
You
got
know
you
to.
what
one of
I'm
them.
saying?
We got
I ain't
to.
your babysitter mustache. I ain't your
Yeah,
babysitter
yeah,
mustache.
got you.
Uh,
Oh, wow.
but
that's
yeah,
that's
man,
something
I would
different
love
right
to
there
jump
playing in the
more
30s right
into.
there.
Yeah, I would like to jump into period some more period pieces. I would love to do some more August Wilson.
Oh
Which
wow.
I've had the privilege of doing on stage. I would love to do some more of that. Um, I would love to do a. I can't sing worth the to save my life. But I would love to do like a
I was just about
biopic
to
where
ask that
I
now. Playing the
sort of
Tyler Mood stuff now. You
lip
got to
sync.
sing in that now.
Might want to lip sync.
right.
Tap dance.
Lip
something.
sync.
Right.
I can't sing. I definitely
Yeah.
can't sing. I definitely can't. But I wouldn't mind get up there and doing me some, 5 heartbeats type lip syncing.
There it is. Hey, look.
Oh, Eddie
Hey,
Kane.
look,
Eddie Kane.
you already got the mustache.
Right, nice,
You already got the
nice.
mustache. You're ready.
I wish. Right.
Okay.
Raindrops would fall.
Right.
There it
Yeah,
is.
little something right here. Little
There
something.
it is.
I can do a little something. I can harmonize. You know what I'm saying? I can hold a note. Ain't nobody gonna pay me to perform that. You know what I'm saying? But I can do a little something. But yeah, I love to do some of those. Some historical pieces. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I don't want to say historian, but I'm like a you know how in African culture there's a sage, you know what I'm saying, he's the keeper of the stories amongst the tribe and the people.
Right.
Um and I feel like I have like some sort of kinship to that. So I would like to tell the stories of our people, you know what I'm saying? Um in a From a historical standpoint to a contemporary modern standpoint. I just want to tell the stories of Black folks and represent us in a way that is not stereotypical. We're not always the warlock gangsters, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been blessed in my career thus far to where I've been able to play everything from a bishop to a gangster. You know what I'm saying?
That's
From
good.
a lawyer
On
to
Lucifer,
a,
we
you know
seen
what I'm
that. I seen that
saying, a
one.
doctor.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Right now I'm playing a blue collar worker in the 1930s. You know what I'm saying? And from there, I'll go on and do something else. So I haven't, thankfully, I haven't been, pigeonholed or typecast into one particular type of
Mm-hmm.
role. And I try to strategically do that where I don't go after things that I just did. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to continue to, challenge myself. And so if I just did a role like Warlock, I turned down so many gangster roles after Warlock. I was like, no, 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 no.
Oh man.
Because when people see you do that and
Right.
Yeah.
and you do a
Yeah.
good job, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, come do it for me. I'm
Exactly.
like, no,
Right.
Exactly.
You know
no,
what,
I'm good.
too?
And you don't want to get stuck in that role.
Stuck.
Right, because people will try to
Well,
keep
not
you
just that, but I'm
inside that
like,
character.
yeah, I mean, that partially. I mean, there's always, I mean, look, at the end of the day, those people exist. You know what I'm saying? Just like Wall Street people exist. You know what I'm saying? There are people who live the way that Warlock lived.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that because they're living according to the circumstances that they are in and what they believe is available to them. And their stories deserve to be heard just as much as the Wall Street broker story deserves to get heard, or the White House politician story. You know, but as a black man, I feel like we have so much more to offer than what society always tries to deem us as, which is the thug, aggressive, angry, you know,
Mm-hmm.
strong,
We
bullheaded,
more than that.
all
Yeah,
these
we're a lot more
terms
than
that
that.
they right. You know what I'm saying? We're multifaceted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There you go.
We're fathers, husbands,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, businessmen, entrepreneurs, dreamers, we're a multitude of things. We're not just one particular stereotype. So if I'm going to tell the stories, because I can only play black, I can't play a white guy because I'm not white. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And I'm
Well.
not going to do
Well,
white things.
they got some other
Right.
stuff out there.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wallop of the
Got
man.
to.
Wallop of the man out here.
right,
Yeah.
right. Unless we talk about animation or something
Right.
like
Right.
that, where the
Yeah.
Right.
actor, the animation could be a different color. But I'm always going to play a black something. Is a black lawyer, a black doctor, a black gangster, a black Wall Street, a black, black, black. The
Right.
guy, the skin is always going to be the same color.
Okay.
Okay.
You
So
feel
so
me?
so
So I got to make sure that whatever I'm doing is going to represent that
okay. So now since
in
we
a
went into a little bit of
the right way.
we went into that little bit of the animation. If you can play one superhero, which one would it be? You can even do combinations. You can even do combinations. What's your best combination?
Can't have that mustache either.
I wouldn't mind shaving it. But if folks probably gonna be like, what? Why would you choose that guy? Gambit.
Gambit, okay. With the cards.
Gambit.
Yes.
Okay,
I like that.
The launcher's cold. The card Gambit was just smooth.
X-Men.
It's butter. You know what I'm saying? Yes, he was cold as butter. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, yo, because everybody want to be, you know, Batman, Superman, Spider-Man, all these other fucking mans. So I'm like, yo, give me Gambit.
Or
you know
woman.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, no, he a man.
I'm talking about me.
You got the Wonder Woman.
Right, okay.
You got the Wonder Woman.
Okay, because women want to be a superhero as well.
You right, guys. You right,
y'all got a couple.
Yeah, you got out there.
Miko the God.
Superwoman.
Right.
There you go. That's our superhero right there.
We're
goddess
right there. Right.
So, that's cool. The Gambit.
Yeah, Gambit would be cold as fuck. But I come in here with my ace of spades and just fuck shit up.
Yeah, I probably would be like Flash or somebody. I'd probably be Flash. If I can just be fast and get away, you can't even catch me. Can't do nothing about it. Like, oh man, I almost can disappear. Like I'm so fast. You know what I'm saying? So I got 2 in 1.
Right,
man. That'll be dope.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I mean that's why I said when I said Gambit, folks be like, "What? Why you saying he's not really a superhero?"
That's a good one though.
That's a good one though. Nobody not gonna say that. Nobody gonna steal that one. They gonna steal that one.
You had that one though.
Right. I know that's right. I know that's right.
Everybody else want to be Wolverine and shit. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good one. So I'm bring you back to the BMF, man. Now I know you probably had the one-on-one with Big Meech. Man, take us inside of that conversation between the two of you all. If you all had that content, I'm sure you all had that one-on-one conversation. What was that like to have that conversation with him?
Actually, I didn't get to speak to him personally.
Oh wow!
I
call collect.
What it was because he's in federal penitentiary, right? Up in like I forget which state, Oregon, Seattle, one of them. I mean, Oregon, Seattle's not a state. I mean, Washington, Oregon, one of them. So he has like 15 minutes of phone time a day.
Oh.
So if you only have 15 minutes of phone time a day, you try to speak to your loved ones, right? His son, his mom.
I understand.
You know, so I didn't want to take up his phone time because, like I said, once that time is up, he don't get into the next 24. So what I did was I spoke with his son, and I spoke with his best man, Rocket, and they were able to give, and his mom, and his other partner, Roland. They were able to give me a lot of the insight that I needed, and they were. And those people are essentially his voice for the outside, you know what I'm saying, on the outside. So they will speak to you, you know, through Meech, you know what I'm saying. So whatever he's relating, you know, to them, they will relate to me, you know what I'm saying. Or they already know what he's, you know, who he is, how he's thinking, what he would say. So, but yeah, I didn't want to infringe on that, and on that phone time that he has because it's so precious.
I'm sure he wrote you a long letter or something like that. He ain't write no letter to you, no letter, anything like that.
Nah, man, no letters, none of that stuff, man. You know,
the
storyline is really about. You know, the storyline is really about his son. You know, following a younger version of him. You know what I'm saying? Until they get to the older years. So right now, like in the season, I was only in like the first episode and the last episode on screen. But you heard my voice because I was narrating. But the story is following his son. So that's what it's really about. The younger or earlier years of Big Meech and what's going on in his life. And then eventually they'll get to the older years when, when the world really knew who he was when he got to Atlanta and they was doing the Phantoms and,
Exactly.
moving, the big weight.
Yeah, even without getting all the artists up, Jeezy and all those cats, he done funded all of them,
Right,
getting them
right,
together.
right, right.
Now I gotta
That's later
ask.
on, like
Yeah,
so, but you gotta like establish that.
right, exactly.
Right.
Now when we see more of you later on down the line, this shit, can you talk about that? Can we see? I know it ain't out yet, but we'll see more of you.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see, because like I said, it's writing. We find out as we go along.
Okay.
I don't know how they want to tell the story because, like I said, the story right now is not following older Meech; it's following younger Meech. Um, but they've already established the older Meech and the storyline. So I don't know how they're going to tell it. And things change frequently in television. We get scripts all the time, so you're always getting new. There's always rewrites. Writing is rewriting is the same. Um, so we'll have to wait and see what happens, down the line and where the story goes. We can't give away too much.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Okay.
I know that's right.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Let me go to
Go.
Goddess.
Nico.
Okay.
She over here taking pictures and stuff and all that. She posing for her
I
people
was
over
just
here.
trying to adjust my
Can the people
camera.
see us too?
This is B-Lo, the Hourglass Podcast. The time is now. Got the family here, Dub Boo.
Dub right here.
All right, rated R.
We're on the building.
All right, now we just want to tell you all how we keep our energy up on this podcast. Keep that good energy flowing here.
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah.
This is little powerful elixir that we want to talk to you about in a 2-ounce bottle, Magic Mind. There you go.
Do more, stress less.
Ooh, what you say, rated R? There it is.
There it is.
Tell them, Dub Boo, about the great benefits of this elixir.
Well, the great benefits are like each shot contains a magical combination of 12 active ingredients designed to stimulate focus, creativity, energy, and motivation while decreasing stress and inflammation.
Oh, wow, inflammation right there. Yeah, help them ankles out now.
Yeah.
A lot of that, definitely. Well, don't take our word for it. Definitely visit the website. That's magicmind.co. That's magicmind.co. And also put in our promo code at the end to save 20%. That's Hourglass 20. That's HOURGLASS 20. There you go. The time is now. No. I was about to say, how was it meeting 50? How was it meeting 50? Did you meet 50 Cent on the set?
It's funny. I didn't get to meet him when I was there. He was there, and I wasn't on set when he was on set. And then when he was on set, I was. It was like we was like in passing. And my partner who was on there with me, he was like, "Yo, man, come to the set." But I forget I was doing something that day. And I was like, man, I can't come right now, but maybe I can come later. And 50 was there, and I was like, damn, I missed it. But I was like, it's all good. You
And
know
you
what
know
I'm saying?
what too? And
Right.
John, and also I want to say sometimes people don't know just because you could be on set with like other people and stuff, and everybody think that everybody talk and get together, and plus you see everybody, but that's not always the case, right?
It's
Because
definitely
50
not.
Cent could be just as far away from you, such as far away from me as well, and all of us,
Right,
right?
right. Everybody thinks like,
But
oh,
it,
because
but
you're on, yeah.
right, but that's not always the case. So I can,
Nah, and like I said, it was in passing, because he's a busy dude, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it just happened where it's like, dang, I missed him. But I'm like I said, it's not like I'm not starstruck, right? So I don't go to set to try to meet folk. I don't try to do projects to be next to folk. Um, I respect everybody's hustle and everybody's grind, but they're a human being, they're a person. They put their pants on one leg at a time, just like me. And
Yeah.
whenever I'm
Yeah.
there, I'm
Man, just
there to
like you,
do
a
a
man.
job. Right, you a man just like I'm a man. And I respect everything. Um, but at the end of the day, I'm there to do a job. You feel me? So And when I'm acting, I go, when I leave the house, I put on I put the character on, the coat. I go to set, do my thing. When I come home, it's like a coat rack, like an invisible coat rack. I take it off. So I don't bring it home with me. You know what I'm saying? So I always have the mindset of I'm there to do a job, not, make friends, not to be nobody's best friend, not to, if it happens, then cool. I'm always open to meeting folk and, and add more folks uh, to the fam, and I always make new friends every project I work on. Uh, but yeah, sometimes you go on the set and it's not about mingling. It's like, yo, what I gotta do, I gotta be so focused right now. I don't have time to mingle. We can chop it up afterwards, and then sometimes afterwards it's too late. So it's like, all right, well, next time, you know,
Man,
it'll be like that
Right.
that's what's
sometimes.
up.
Okay.
I wanted to ask this question. I don't know if they brushed up on it earlier, but what was the movie or sitcom or something like that that started that made you want to mimic or reenact roles? Like, when did you start? Like, first, what did you see? Like, was it Martin or Jim Carrey or Denzel? Like, that you made you want to just start mimicking the movies, like when you was a kid. And I know you. That's what
You
you
just
said
you
you used to
just hit
do.
all three of them on the head because I was gonna say In Living Color was the number one. Watching In Living
I
Color,
love that show.
and then Martin. Watching Martin, growing up because you gotta understand I'm an '80s baby, so I was just young enough to
There you go.
remember.
80s in the house.
80s
80s
in the
baby.
house.
80s babies
All
in
the
the house.
80s.
Nah.
So I was an early '80s baby, not 89, 80, 88. I was early '80s baby, so I was old
Hey,
enough
Right, right.
to
hey,
remember
hey.
In Living Color, Living Single,
Mm-hmm.
Martin, you know what I'm saying, the Cosbys, you know what I'm saying, Different World, all
Right.
these shows that really made me be like, yo, I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I remember watching White Men Can't Jump, like, I fucking love this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to do that,
Oh,
you know
Woody.
what I'm saying? Yeah, Woody,
Right.
and I mean, Wesley, I mean, you couldn't say shit. Wesley, folk talk about Denzel, but in the 90s,
Now, Wesley got
Wesley
some
was that
stuff.
Wesley
dude.
nice.
Wesley got
Yeah.
some stuff.
Now,
He's
don't get me wrong,
everything. Right.
Man,
Denzel is
oh,
Yes.
Denzel. He was
Nino.
Right.
still doing his thing. But in the
Yeah.
90s, it was
Wesley Snipes. I
Wesley
agree.
Yeah.
and then Denzel for as far as like what folks was like, like really like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Because he had,
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Denzel had the charm, but Wesley was like, yo, this nigga could be White Men Can't Jump. He could be Nino Brown. Then he can go be
New
Blade. Then
Jack
he
Blade.
can go
City.
Yeah,
do
Yeah.
New
Blaze.
Jack
Blade.
City. You know, I
Yeah,
mean,
he
he
Mo
was
was
Better
doing
just
stuff.
Blues. Mo
Mo
Better
Better
Blues.
Blues. You know what I'm saying? Which you was eating Denzel up in
Yeah.
that too. You know what I'm saying? And it was like, yo, but
Yeah.
Denzel was like, he's Denzel, Malcolm X, you know what I'm saying? Mo Better Blues,
Right.
Devil in a Blue Dress, so you watching all these
Right.
cats,
It
and
just
that's
yeah.
like,
On
yo,
and
I
on.
wanna. That's what made me really want to do it. It was watching in Living Color and Martin, specifically in Living Color, because I used to mimic a lot of Fire Marshal Bill and Wanda and all the
Right.
Oh, Wanda
characters.
too. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Wanda was so funny.
Oh
Jamie
man,
Foxx's Wanda.
all the characters on there, man. That was like
Yeah,
Living
he's
Color
hilarious. He's
was like
underrated. He's definitely underrated.
they Living Color should still be doing what they're doing. Like what Saturday Night Live is doing is what Living Color should be. You know,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
black folk, we
Yeah.
ain't gonna get that kind of love.
Right.
They're gonna take the idea and
Yeah.
create something else. Call it Friends and
Oh
run away with
man.
it.
Right.
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 Have you ever received a role that you didn't like or you wasn't comfortable with, but you made the adjustment and had to handle it? Had that ever happened?
No, because I pretty much can catch. I catch that from the jump. Like if it's something I read and I'm not feeling it, then I'm like, nah, this ain't. The one power that we have as actors is to say no. That's our superpower. Like so much we give away because you're at the behest of producers, directors, writers, showrunners, all these people have to say yes in order for you to get a role. You know what I'm saying? For you to get a job. Like, it's not just one person. It's a lot of people that have to say yes. And then sometimes a lot of people can say yes, but the one person that has a final decision can say no. And then that could still be the difference between you getting a job or not. So I use my nose sparingly, but I hold them close. So I do, if I read something and I'm not connected to it or I'm not feeling it, I'll just be like, no, I'm good. Because I've always been of the mindset that what's for me is for me. So
Right.
Mhm.
It's not.
I'm not thirsty to go out there and grab something. Like, oh my God, I need this job. I need this job. Like, nah, if it ain't, if it ain't this, it'll be something else. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
that's fine because everything is
Okay.
not going to
What's
be
up?
mine. So a lot of times I've been
Right.
grateful to be able to catch that in the beginning. I haven't had uh, an experience where I booked a job and it started off as one thing and then it turned into something totally different. And then I haven't had it. I know people who have. I have a very close friend of mine who that happened to him. He booked a job and it started off as one way, and then the writers decided, oh, we want this character to be this way now, and he's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Right.
And then
Oh
you in
wow.
the thick of
That's
it,
what's
and
up.
you got a
Now
contract
you
signed,
stuck.
right? And it's like, what do you do?
Now
You
you
know what I'm
stuck.
saying? And what is your moral compass? So. Yeah,
Right. Right.
I try to
Now,
get as
now
much
speaking
information up ahead.
now speaking on to that, like, what was the most challenging role that you ever had to do?
Grow
The
that
most challenging
mustache.
role. I should have never said shit about this mustache, man. Y'all ain't gonna let me lay this joint down.
Your mustache cold. You in a mustache game.
Hey, I don't care. This
Young
is a
Steve
work
Harvey
stash.
going
This
on.
ain't
Ooh,
even a
shut
mustache.
up.
This is a work
Work
stash.
stash.
Okay,
It's a work
I thought he
stash.
took that off. I thought he put that on.
right? Nah,
A lace stash.
That
this is
shit is
all
real.
me right here. This is all
Yeah,
me.
all you
Damn, that's real. Huh? Damn.
It ain't coming off.
got you, John.
Um,
There you go.
But I'm getting paid to look like this, so I don't mind. You know what I'm saying? I won't just
Right.
walk around
I know
here.
that's
Okay,
right.
Tell
now.
rated out now. Tell
Man,
rated out
say
now.
that.
Rated
Tell
out.
Ray Dog here. He's like, right.
That damn mustache need to
Being
come with a
paid
bonus.
handsomely, right?
I'm
Being
a
paid
vouch for you.
handsomely
That
to look
damn
like
mustache
this,
need to come with a bonus.
right?
No, that's right. And sip the cup on
Hey,
Yeah. I'm like,
him.
getting paid very nicely to look like this. So I ain't gonna. I'll rock
Nah.
it
Yeah,
oh
however
yeah.
long
now,
I
now
got
Nah,
to.
nah,
your
nah,
most
nah.
in your most challenging role. We talking about your most challenging role.
It has not even been on film. It's been on stage. I did a play called Native Son.
Oh wow.
Y'all probably know the book. It's an old
Oh
school
yeah.
like classic by Richard Wesley. I mean, I'm sorry. I fucked this man name all up. Um, but it is the playwright Nambi Kelly did she did a adaptation of it, and the character Bigger Thomas. Um, there's an extra character that she put in the adaptation called the Black Rat, which is his mind. So the character is pretty much his conscience. Um, and it's a non-linear piece, which means it takes place in different time periods. So you have present, past, and future. Um, and that was very challenging. One for the physical aspect of it,
Wow.
because I was on stage for 90 minutes, and I did not leave the stage. Like once the curtain went up,
Wow.
I was on stage the whole time until
Wow.
the end of the
Yeah.
show.
Iron Man.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
much an Iron Man contest because it was challenging and both physically, uh, mentally, emotionally, um, and spiritually. It was challenging because we're dealing with topics and situations where this man was accused of, um, well, not accused, but he killed this white woman and he's trying not to get caught. And we're talking about 1920s, 30s. So a black man
Oh
even
yeah.
touching
Oh
a
yeah.
white woman back then
That's
is like,
Rosewood era
Yeah.
right there.
yeah,
Rosewood era.
You got to get up
yeah,
out of there.
you
Oh
even
yeah.
look at the white girl, you gonna get got. So let alone
Oh yeah.
Oh,
touch her and kill her.
Another subject.
So,
Yeah.
right. So that was like, I would have to say that was my most challenging. And I had to do that show 5 nights a week. I forget how many nights we did shows a week and how
Oh
long the
wow.
5
run
nights a
was,
week.
but it was a lot. Yeah, it was long.
Sounds
It
like a
was
great
tough.
role though. Definitely a great
Oh, it
role.
was. It was an amazing experience. Um, I would never do that role again. I'm like, no, I'm good. I did it. I'm done. I'm too old now to be
That
running
sounds
around the
great.
stage like
Gonna
that.
pass that on
I can't.
down, huh?
Yeah, I pass that. I can't run around and jump around the stage like I did. I got a son now. No, I can't do all that. I don't have the energy. But it was an amazing experience, and I did 2 runs of it. Actually, I did it in 2018 and 2019. Um,
Wow.
so it was probably the most, not probably, definitely the most challenging, and I'm grateful because it was in theater, which is already going to be the most challenging work because it's live. You don't get no second, film and television. You get you get
Mm.
the luxury of 2, 3, 4
Take 2.
takes. Theater is no, you got that one moment and that's it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a balancing act, Miko.
Yeah.
That's a balancing act,
Yeah.
Miko.
All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's what's up.
So I was just thinking, okay, you did the BMF, and then you also, played in Snowfalls. How
Yeah.
how how does it like those are two like predominant people that it's the Meech, you know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like a trend that you are being attracted to this kind of role because these are people who actually, they're telling someone else's story. And they were
Well,
predominant people like in
in
go ahead.
Snowfall, I didn't play any. I'm not playing an actual real life um, person, so to speak. Like I'm not that character's not based off of an actual person. Um,
Okay.
Whereas Big Meech is Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? I did get to meet John Singleton doing Snowfall, which was dope.
Oh
He
yeah.
offered me a
Okay.
beam
Almost
R.I.P.
pie.
set. There you
R.I.P.
go. There
That's a
you
good one.
go.
He
Finally,
offered
we
me a
met
beam.
somebody. Finally,
Yeah,
we met
finally I
Set,
somebody.
met
baby,
somebody.
on
Out of
set.
all my years, I
Finally,
finally met
somebody.
him. Uh, which was super dope. Uh, cool cat. I mean, Snowfall was dope. It was Damson Idris is a cool cat. My girl Angela is on there doing her thing. Is Aunt Louie.
Oh,
My
man,
partner
that is
Amin is
our
doing his
show.
thing. My
Yeah.
homegirl Gail is killing it as Wanda. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I know about. I know so many folks on that show. It's like, yo, yeah, it's
Man, that
It
is
seemed
my
like this
so
is the one
show.
so
you met a
dope.
lot of people. You
That's
like
it.
everybody was kind of there around.
Right, yeah, you don't meet 50 on set, and all of a sudden you ain't met nobody. I'm like, oh, okay. No,
Right,
I
right,
met a
right,
few folks. I
right.
met a
No,
few
no,
folks.
no. You done met people now. Ain't meet him.
Snowfalls is it. Well, we're gonna give you the snowfall. That's it.
You give me that one.
That's
Give me
it. That
that
is
one.
our
Yeah,
show.
let me at least let me have that.
Yeah.
Cause I didn't.
Yeah. That's our show. Got sneakers in the black trailer. That is our
Yeah,
show, man.
yeah.
Man. Now, question. Do you see yourself being a writer, director of your own movie?
I'm funny. I've
Starting
already.
starting the Hourglass podcast.
Throw us on up in there.
Right.
I
Time
would
is
definitely
up.
write a scene. I would write a scene for a podcast scene, and definitely have you guys up in there. Um,
All right.
All right now.
I've
Okay.
act
Coming soon. Coming soon. Now
All
you
coming
right.
heard it now.
soon,
You heard it
coming
here
soon.
first. It's live
I've
first.
actually I've written a few screenplays. I've written like 2 or 3 feature films, a couple of short films. I don't fancy myself like a writer, so I haven't really, I honestly need to go back and dust them off because I wrote them so long ago. Um, and I'm about to actually direct a play, a stage play, in June. Well, I'm starting now, but it's going to go up in June. Like it's going to open in June. Out here in LA. So that will be my first foray into directing, which I hope will not be the last because I feel like I have a very great eye and would be a great director, especially being an actor. I know how to communicate with actors. And then I could just hire the people that I need to hire for the creative side. Lighting and all that stuff. I'll get the right DP and sound person and all that. But as far as directing actors and directing a movie, I think I would definitely want to do that. Yeah.
That's what's
That's
up.
what's up.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
That's a new round right there. That's
what's
a new
up.
round, Miko, right there.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
That's what's up.
I want to be in the movie.
I got you, bro.
Hourglass.
I got you.
Um,
No.
Now I gotta ask you, John. Now, is there any skill or talent that you get that you may have that people don't know about?
Careful.
Mm.
Careful.
Don't
Careful.
say handstand. Don't say.
Careful.
No, I was gonna say.
We want that
I was gonna say I can hold a baby in one arm, cook a meal, and send emails all out the other arm. I'm like, that is a talent, being able to hold my son and do 5 other
Yeah,
things at
you
the
go.
same time.
Yeah. And then
Just
don't get
the-
paid for it.
And don't get paid for
it.
I didn't know how
Don't get paid
ambidextrous
for it,
I could
man.
be until I had a son. I was ambidextrous like a
Left
motherfucker,
and
boy.
right. Left and right.
Oh my god! I be trying to get stuff done. You be like,
That's a
don't
talent.
put
That's
it
a
down.
talent. Now that's a talent.
Yeah, that's a talent.
Yeah.
Being able to do all that, write
Yeah.
emails, cook, do all this shit, and hold them at the same. Boy, okay. I was trying to put him down
Wow.
earlier. He wouldn't let
Multitasking
me
to the
do it.
fullest right there.
Oh man, dad
Oh,
gang
no.
all day.
Oh, no. That's what's up. Shout out to your little fella out there and your lovely wife. Definitely shout out.
Thank you, thank you.
Little
Shout out to
fella.
the fam.
Yes.
Little fella.
I got a question.
hmm
Chicken or fish?
I would say fish
Do
because
you
it's
want to
more
play a
variety.
chicken? Do you want to play a chicken or play a fish?
No, because I know he don't eat beef or
You
pork.
want-
He don't eat beef or pork. So what?
Oh,
Chicken
I
or
thought
fish?
you wanted to play a chicken or play a fish. I ain't know
I
what
did.
you see.
I did.
Hey.
Although I did start back eating beef sparingly because I
Okay.
need it for the iron. I'm not a avid beef eater, but I do have it every now and again for the iron. But
Sometime.
I would choose fish just because there's more variety in fish. Like I love swordfish, I love salmon, I love trout, I love it's just more variety. Chicken is just chicken.
It's
It's
just
just how you
chicken.
gonna cook it. It just depends how you
You can
gonna
spruce
bake
it up
it.
now. You spruce chicken up.
I mean, what you gonna do? You gonna bake it? You gonna fry it? You gonna grill it? You gonna broil it?
Got beer batter. You got to grill it. You got some stuff up there you can do.
But it's chicken. But you got swordfish, you got rainbow trout, salmon. You got so many
Yeah.
different
Oh
fish.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I can eat fish all the time.
Seafood man over here now. Seafood. All right, now. I'm trying no swordfish now over here.
Hey, don't sleep on it.
You
It's
go
good.
octopus
Mahi
man over here already.
mahi.
Octopus man over here.
Nah, you know dog octopus. That I'm not gonna
Oh,
do.
octopussy.
Not gonna do. Anyway, John,
I do like calamari though. I do like
have you
calamari.
ever been on the set?
Calamari.
Calamari.
I
Yeah,
thought
but-
calamari was chicken one time. I mean,
Pass me with that too. Pass me over with that.
Hey, they got me for a minute. Like that's how I snuck in like calamari. I promise you, I ain't want none.
I gotta
heard the
ask
name.
now.
I was
When I was
already
in
chewing. It was
Louisiana,
already
when I was
chicken.
in Louisiana, I had gator. I had alligator, but that's not a fish, even though they swim and shit. So, but it's not chicken. So what the? I don't know. It's just gator, right? It's just
What is it?
alligator.
It got
It's
a
gator.
particular taste. It has a
It's
particular
game
Gator.
meat. I guess they call it game meat,
Yeah.
like duck,
Game meat. Is he
uh,
part of the game meat? Is he?
deer meat. That's like game meat. I guess because people do
Yeah.
hunt
Game,
alligator,
that's
venison. I got it.
deer, yeah,
Yeah,
venison.
no,
You
I'm
know
cool
what I'm
with
saying?
all
That's
that.
game meat. So,
Right.
but yeah, that's hilarious. You
You
thought
Georgia boy.
calamari was
There
cheap.
you go.
Oh,
That's
I'm Georgia all
good
day,
eating.
baby.
Yeah,
UGA.
that's good eating
Yo,
right
you
there.
understand? You
I was chicken,
understand?
man.
Georgia is winning. We got.
I got you, man. Down south
Yeah,
connection got you there.
come on, man. We just won
Oh
the
man.
NCAA. And we won the World Series,
Yeah,
man.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah, old rated out. He was just at that game too.
Yeah, man, we got to go there,
All we
man. We got to
needed,
go
all
there.
we needed was to get. Well, I wasn't gonna say Deshaun Watson because he got too many issues right now. But we need somebody else besides
Oh
Matt
no,
Ryan.
no, he got rid of them.
We
He got rid of them.
cleared?
We cleared them.
We cleared to go, man.
Yeah, he good to go. Cleveland Browns, $230 million contract. There you go.
Wait a minute.
Guaranteed.
So all the women that
I know you've been on the set
come
for a
out,
long time now. I know you've been on that set now. Yeah, he's
all
done.
the
He's
women
right.
that
That's
accused
over
him.
with. Yeah,
dropped
that's
it.
old news. Yeah, that's done.
Wow.
Hey, man, look here.
Wow.
Well, he been in
Look
acting
here now.
mode. You been in acting mode now.
He must got Bill Cosby lawyers or somebody. I'm like, shit, how you get 20 women to shut up?
Hey, man, look here.
How you get 20
Oh,
women
he
to
got
go
juice
quiet?
lawyers.
Right. He got Bill's lawyers over there like, damn, bro.
Oh Lord.
I didn't think you was gonna be playing
It's
no
done
more.
now. He off the clip. It's done. Leave him alone. It's done. He done. He done took his beating. He done lost it. He done. You can leave him alone now.
He said, I paid
I
them
paid
what they
now.
wanted.
He paid
Now
now,
leave me
John. He
alone.
paid now. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, he done. He done. He ain't about to sign no autograph from no woman no more. He ain't doing no interview with no
You
woman
better
no
not look
more.
at
He
that
ain't doing
straight.
none of that.
Head
You
straight.
better not look at none of them. You better just get his ass. He
Right,
still ain't gonna win shit in Cleveland. But
No more massages. No more massages. None of that.
I heard he even over his mama house in a minute.
Right. I just knew he was done. I was like, Deshaun? Yeah, I was like, damn. I gotta figure it out. Okay, Deshaun. That's like
Too much
something.
skills.
Look
He
at your
got Ben
ESPN. After you done
Roethlisberger's
this, look
lawyers.
at your ESPN app.
Hey, look, he got Ben
Too much
Roethlisberger's
skills, man.
lawyers.
Too
Shit,
young.
he got Big Ben lawyers.
Yeah.
The only
Oh
folks
yeah,
that get
people
away
sometimes
with
forget
that.
about that. They sometimes forget about
Oh
that.
yeah.
You know
The
about
only folks that
that.
get away with that be white boys.
And
Now,
then,
black
look,
man
what
with
you
20
don't know is-
accusations. Shit.
Yeah,
28, like 28 was more like it.
Right,
They just stopped
28.
counting, really.
Black man with 28
Okay.
accusations.
Yeah,
You
man.
gonna throw that nigga
Stop-
under the
stop
bus and
counting.
keep it
I
moving.
mean, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Man. I mean, at that point he was promoting.
You know what? You got to watch our early episode. We talked about that. That was like episode 2 or 3 right there. Go back and listen. Go back and listen to the Hourglass.
I might have to go back and listen
brush
to
up
that.
on that story. yeah.
How the hell he get out of
You
that?
know,
That
Dub Boo.
motherfucker like,
Right.
put that
Now,
shit in his eyes.
question, man.
Uh-huh.
Now, question. Have you ever been on a set and a director, assistant director, whoever, you just flat out ready to whoop their ass? I mean, they just said some stuff, try to get you to. I just want to know
Whoop their ass.
on that set. I ain't even want to chase around the question. They just ready to whoop their ass.
I was drinking.
But
I wasn't driving.
It's okay to say Tyler Perry was one of them.
Nah. Tyler was cool. Tyler was
Hey, you
cool.
gonna smoke rolls now, man? Don't say that now.
It's okay to say Medea was one of them. Walked her ass on the set and you was.
No, I honestly, I have to be honest. I haven't had any real issues with any directors that I've worked with head on. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't had any face-to-face issues with any directors that I've worked with. Sometimes working with different actors can be challenging because people work different ways. And not everybody's personality is going to be appealing or attractive. So you got to learn how to work with people and just, like Tyler said, the have and have nots, beautiful. Everybody's a family. Everybody loved each other. Everybody got along. Some other sets I've been on, it's, nobody's really chopping it up with each other. Um, Maybe the crew and, because I also come from behind the scenes. Like before I was acting, I was working behind the scenes. So I understand what it
Okay.
is for the crew members.
As a videographer.
Yeah, I understand what their days are like and how long they are. So I always try to come with the positive energy and the good juju and I don't want to be uh, a hassle or add on to it because you already talking about folks that's working 14, 16-hour days. You know what I'm saying? And they already having to deal with the people that in their departments. You know what I'm saying? If you're a set
Yeah.
designer
Yes.
or props or camera, you're always gonna have a department head, and then you got people in those departments you got to deal with, and then to have a needy or a high maintenance actor could be just like the too much. You know what I'm saying? The straw that broke the camel's back type shit.
Too
You
much.
know what I'm
Right.
saying? So I always try to
Yeah,
make sure
understandable.
that the energy that I'm bringing on set is one that everybody can gravitate towards, and if you don't, then that's cool. So I don't tend to have issues with folks because I'm already coming with a good mindset. And then if I can read or pick up on your energy, then I just don't fuck with you, and I keep it moving.
I understand. Oh,
Yeah.
Understandable.
That's
yeah,
what's up.
keep
That's
yeah,
what's
keep
up.
it
Yeah,
simple
That's
right
good,
there.
man. That's
That,
good.
that
yeah,
is
I might protect
now
my
talking about
energy.
all that good energy.
Hmm.
Man.
gotta
Man.
gotta protect your aura now. You got a
You
positive
got
energy,
to,
positive
you
everything.
got
That's how
to.
we is over in the
Man.
hourglass. We positivity.
Nah.
Positivity to everybody out there.
Sometimes you gotta whoop a little ass on set now.
You know, sometimes you gotta put
Hey,
motherfucker in their
no, we're
place.
not doing that. Nothing you better
Sometimes,
say.
And put somebody on their neck every once in a
You
while now.
ain't.
sometimes you gotta,
Now with all that positivity talk now, I know, understand. Now, how do you balance your life, like your work life balance now? With you doing everything, like you said, like with the cameramans and everything like that, behind the scene videographers, working 16-hour days. I'm sure you work long shifts, studying, scripting,
Holding
behind the scene,
babies.
holding babies. So how do you do that? The work life balance. How do you do your thing?
me and my wife got we're a team, man. You know, we've been blessed to where her job, she's able to work from home. You know what I'm saying? She works in post production, in VFX. She's a producer in VFX. So she's able to work from home.
Okay.
I'm able to have the flexibility in my schedule, in my job. So it just works. You know what I'm saying? It's not like something that is like planned. Is more organic, I would say. Um, COVID changed a lot of things because pre-COVID she was going into the office and we didn't have a son, and I was able to do my thing. And now post-COVID, we got a 15-month-old. She's working from home. I'm doing my show, and thankfully it shoots here in LA. So we are able to kind of just be fluid and kind of flow, and because I'm a good money person, meaning that if I make a dollar,
Like I did.
Got the
if I
dollars.
make it, yeah, if I make a dollar, I'm saving at least 65, 70% of it. You know what I'm saying? Uh, which
Okay.
affords me the flexibility to be able to, be fluid in between jobs. Um, so I think that also helps as well when you don't have as much stress on
That's
the
what's up.
financial end, and you're able to. It frees you up to have more energy and openness for other things because you're not always worried about this other shit.
Definitely, definitely. That financial backing is big. It definitely is big.
It helps.
I got a question. Um, have you ever been on set, right, or you just know of actors having power struggles? Like, I'm the bigger actor. No, I'm the bigger actor. Do they kind of go at it like with the characters, or do you ever see that like two actors that's kind of up there, but in the same movie, do they go through like a power struggle? Like, I'm the biggest.
Uh, I'm sure it happens. I haven't seen it personally up front, in my experience, but it happens. We're all human. People have egos. Some people, you might not get a job because the star of the film is 5'9" or 5'8". I'm 6'1". You know what I'm saying? So
Oh, right, right.
I would look like a fucking beanstalk standing next to like Tom Cruise, who's like 5'5", 5'6". You know what I'm saying? I was like a giant. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
uh,
Right.
unless the particular role calls for that, John Coffey type, Green Mile type uh, character, then a lot of times they tend to cast according to who is in it, and they try to match it up because it's like a puzzle that you're trying to put together. Now,
Right.
sometimes those pieces can kind of clash, depending on who they are. Um, and I've heard countless stories of it. Thankfully, I haven't had to experience it. But sometimes you can get the energy, like when you're acting across somebody, you can tell when they're trying to like. I've had experiences where I could tell someone's like just trying to like up me, like one up me, like they're trying to like just
Right.
do
Mm-hmm.
more than
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
really needed in that particular
What the
scene.
role
Like,
is.
yeah,
right, it's like
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
you're talking about, it's not that serious. Like what we're talking about. Like, 'cause folks don't understand. Like when you're acting and like in real life, it's like what we're doing right now. Not every moment is going to be like this life or death situation. Sometimes it's just say the shit and get on and let's keep it moving.
Done.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah.
and sometimes, like I said, you have actors who are trying to assert themselves, and that happens as well. But like I said,
I
you
have a
protect.
question.
Oh, go ahead.
Does diet and like discipline help when it comes to doing a movie role?
Of course.
As
Now,
far as like preparation?
well, yeah, it depends on the role that you're doing. If you're gonna play a superhero, like Gambit,
Get
or
them abs right. Huh?
Right,
you know,
vegetables and fruits.
what I'm
Definitely want to
saying, you
see that.
gotta, you
Know what you
know,
thinking about?
Rocky Balboa, ain't gonna be out of shape. He's fighting for the
I was just gonna say
heavyweight
Rocky.
championship of the world. You know what I'm saying? Black
Right.
Panther can't
Apollo
be sitting
Creed.
on the yeah. Black Panther can be sitting on the couch, eating popcorn, watching. You know what I'm saying? Days of Our Lives. He got to be out there saving the world. So,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
but then again, certain roles require you to be overweight, out of shape. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
You have times where you have to gain weight. To play a particular role because you're too lean and it
Right. I've
doesn't look
seen that.
like you're. You know, it just depends. Like sometimes you have to, if you're playing like what I'm doing right now, for Perry Mason, it's in 1930s, so I can't be too lean or cut. You know what I'm saying? Because
Hmm.
the men in that time were not looking like that. You know what I'm saying? They just weren't cut up like that. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have the access to the food sources or the workout equipment or the technology.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So while they were
Hmm.
big dudes and they were
Hmm.
strong and they were burly, they weren't walking around looking like they just stepped off a
Big
magazine.
countries.
Nah, they were country strong.
Got
You
it.
know what I'm saying? They could pull ox and
Yeah,
lift 300
Yeah.
yeah,
pounds, but they would
yeah.
also go home and smoke a pack of Pall Malls and drink moonshine. So it's like you have to also
Oh,
Moonshine.
know
Right.
moonshine.
Yeah.
yeah, them days. So you got to kind of know what the role is and what it requires. If I'm playing a sports, a football player or a boxer, of course you got to be in shape. But if I'm playing a stay-at-home
Yeah, yeah,
dad or a blue-collar worker, it might not matter. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a role by role,
yeah. That's good.
job by job type thing. I know for myself, I try to stay within a range of, okay, if I need to drop 20 pounds or 15 pounds, or if I need to gain it, I'm like right there. I don't want to be
Yeah,
tipping the scales in one way, in one direction too much.
I was just getting ready to say that. It's like,
man,
what's your limit?
man.
Like, it's like we need you to gain 60 pounds.
Wow.
Depends how much you paying me.
Nah,
If you're gonna
nah,
pay me
dude. Nah,
60
I'm not
pounds
fucking with
worth
you.
of, you know,
Right. What you say?
you're gonna pay
Price is
me for
right.
each pound. I'm gonna
Yeah.
need, you know, what I'm saying, some coin. Now, if you're gonna,
You
you
got
know,
that.
you
I'm gonna
talk
need a
about
pound. I'm
60
gonna need a pound
pounds.
for each pound.
Right. I'm like, I'm gonna need a meal for each pound. You talk about gaining around this motherfucker. At least
Exactly.
100,000 or 200,000 for
Man.
each pound. But it just depends. You know, I hopefully because you know it's still your health at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Even though you're doing it for a job, it's
Yeah.
still your
Right,
health.
right.
You know, and I gotta think about
Yeah.
my my little one who I'm trying to be here when he's older. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to put myself in too
Definitely.
risky of a health situation because of a job. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Nah. Nah.
That's when you use your superpowers. The no.
that's when that superpower
So
no comes out and be like, yeah, I don't think this one is gonna be the one.
Right. He ain't doing his own stunts, though. Boo. He ain't doing his own stunts now.
so what actor what actor or actress you would like to play with?
Play with.
Well, not to
Now you gonna talk about me?
well,
Now
not
what?
to be.
Get your
would like
What's
mind
going
to
up
on
together,
here?
man.
would like to do a movie with. I ain't playing.
I love to work with Mahershala Ali.
A role.
Come
You
on,
have to
love
say a
scene,
role.
love
like
scene
the
over
fact.
here.
I like that.
I love to work with Mahershala Ali. Um, I just think that brother's
Oh,
dope.
that's a good one.
I
That's a
just
good
think
one.
he's dope. Um, Shit, man, it's quite a few, bro. I love to do something with Lawrence Fishburne. I would love, shit, man. Fucking, I mean, I could say Denzel because he's like, you know, that's Denzel. But I mean, I would love to
That's always a good
work
one.
with, you know, Ernie Hudson. I'd love to work with, you know, shit, Regina Hall. I'd love to work with, man. Shit, Taraji.
Oh,
I love. It's a lot
Oh,
of
you got
them
a
I
couple
would
of
love.
names now. Think
yeah,
about
you
that.
got a
Yeah, he
list.
got a list out here now.
My
Nice
number
You
list.
said
one would
one.
be my number one.
Got a
My
nice
number
list.
one. My number one would be Jeffrey Wright. That's my number one, Jeffrey Wright.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
that's
Jay
that
Wright.
to me.
Okay.
That to me is
Okay.
the coldest actor I've ever seen in my damn life. Jeffrey Wright is the coldest
Okay.
actor.
That's
Well,
what's
that's good.
up.
That's a good one right there. That's a
It
good one right
is.
there.
That's a
It
Okay.
good one.
is.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right now. All right now. All right now. Anybody, got some
What's
final round of questions
what's
now?
your prediction on this new NBA? You know, who you going for? Now, I know you like Atlanta. You know, but you know
I love
who you
Atlanta because
think
that's
going
my
you know
home, but I
win their
know they
thing?
ain't finna win no championship. Nah, I
I
ain't.
know, I know,
ATL in the
I'm in
house.
love with
I
them, but I
know.
ain't stupid. I ain't naive, man. I
I
know
know
we
that's
got we
Understandable.
got we got a lot
Understandable.
of missing parts. We got a lot of missing parts, especially in the East.
yeah.
You know, honestly, there's a lot of parity in the league right now. Like, it's funny because I would say like maybe 2, 3 years ago, you already knew who was gonna be here. You knew it was gonna be Golden State and Cleveland for like 5, 6 years. It was like always whatever team LeBron's on. But now I feel like
Right.
there's more parity in the league. So I can't say, especially in the West, it's hard to call. Is it Phoenix? They always play great in the regular season, but when it comes postseason, I don't know who's going to show up. Utah, I
Exactly.
can't trust them.
Exactly.
They still young and trying to figure it out. Golden State, they Golden State, but you know they're not 100% healthy. Um,
Right.
so it's like, who do you go with? You know what I'm saying? The Clippers just ain't nobody even been talking about them. I don't even know if they even playing any basketball games right now. I ain't heard shit from them.
Right, got a lot of stuff going on in the
Right.
NBA.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff.
A lot of people
yeah.
hurt, a lot of people down. So
Yeah,
you know,
Right.
I don't talk about us, the Chicago Bulls. There, we got a lot of people missing over there. So
Shot-town, y'all ain't been relevant since '98, but that's okay though. Y'all still got 6 in y'all history.
How you just gonna
he
do that?
slipped that. He just slipped that in.
there,
He
huh?
slipped that in. He laid back.
He just slipped that one in there. Oh, yeah.
Wow. All right, okay. We had D
Well,
Rose for that.
'98
D
was
Rose,
like
was
30
killing.
years ago, but
You
you know.
I think we
That's
knocked out
all right,
Atlanta in them playoffs. I think we knocked out Atlanta. Then I remember correctly with D Rose.
But does he have a chip though?
Yeah, think on back there. Think on about that.
I mean, it was good. Y'all knocked this out in the first round, then lost in the second round, but y'all still won nothing since '98. I mean, that's just the fact. But I can't say nothing because we don't
we
even
still
have
riding on the
one
backs of the
ours.
Blackhawks.
Hey,
Right.
Still riding on the backs of the
See?
Blackhawks.
But that's why I say I can't say much because we still looking for that first one. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got 6 of them. We still trying to get the first.
ATL, okay.
So
You got your
I show
Braves.
love to the Hawks though. I like Trey. He cool.
Trey Cole. He
Y'all
just
got
need
a
more
nice
help.
piece there.
He need more help.
He cool.
Got a nice piece there.
He gonna need way more help.
Y'all be all right. Y'all be all right. Y'all be all
Mm.
right.
Hey. Give up on my Bulls.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You send them off with something now, rated R.
Oh,
You do your
man.
thing, rated R. You
Man,
forgetting
look
or
here,
something?
man.
Come on now.
Hey, I just
Come
making
on
sure
now.
y'all was
Go on, do
done.
your thing now.
Look, John, I'm sorry I got to do this to all our guests. You gonna have to send us off with something. I need to see some of that Warlock. Some of that Warlock.
Give us
You
something.
come
Give us
home. You come home. The dishes ain't clean. The diaper dirty. Give me that Warlock when you walk in the house. Give it to me, man. Give it to what the Warlock do walking in that house. Come on. Dishes ain't clean.
Let's get quiet. Let's get quiet for this
Wait,
one. Quiet. Let's quiet on set. Quiet on set.
Dog need to be walked.
Like, what the fuck? You ain't got the shit together
Dishes
up in
ain't
this
done.
motherfucker? Like, oh, okay, candy.
I hope y'all joined
Candy,
in the list.
motherfucking candy. You been home all goddamn day. You ain't cooked nothing. You ain't clean shit. Nah, it's cool. It's cool. Let me see. I'm gonna go to the back real quick and hit this, and I'll be right back. But when I get back, this shit better be clean, though.
There it is.
Bravo. That was it.
Oh,
The look down was everything. Hey, the look down was everything. The look down was everything. Oh man.
Wow.
Oh, that's what's
That's
up.
what's up,
That's
man.
That's
That's
what's up. We definitely thank you for coming to bless the Hourglass podcast
Yes,
and rocking
yes,
with us
yes.
this evening. We definitely thank you for that. Now, John, you got to send us off now.
Hey, my name is Jon Chaffin,
Rock and
and
roll.
y'all listening to the #1 podcast in Chicago, the Hourglass podcast, and the time is now.
Don't leave those back. That's what I'm talking about. You coming this shit right here.
First take.
John
Take
Chaffin
it.
on
There
the
you go.
house,
There you
go.
narrator of
It's gone.
Meech.
It's gone with the family. And he hit the
And he blowing the hook on it.
And
And he blowing the Snoop Dogg on it. You got to blow the damn Snoop Dogg on us. Damn
Right,
Snoop
right,
Dogg.
right.
That's what's up, brother. Much love to you. Much love to you,
Thank
brother.
y'all, thank y'all.
And this has been the Hourglass podcast. The time is
now.
I got the family here. Got rated R,
Rated R in
cocked
the
and
building.
loaded.
Yes,
got
yes.
Miko the goddess.
Goddess with the turtleneck
Got
sweater,
Dub O over there.
Elbow in the building,
There
baby.
it is, and definitely be low. Save it for last. Now be low, and we got to give a shout out to Classy Image Barbershop, 130 Copper to get there. GTB Medical Services, touching lives one device at a time. Miko the Goddess, she is the product. We got
Miko the
Dub
Goddess.
Boo over there, London G More Fashion Forward.
There we
Come
go,
on, that
baby.
Fashion
There we go.
Forward.
There we
Here
go.
it is, baby.
Now we do business promotion too. Now, John, you have anything you want to shout out there? Any business, anything out there? You want to shout out. Shout him on that, John.
you know.
Shout, we live now. Shout him on that.
I don't. I fucks with God is dope. Support black colleges. You know what I'm saying? Any black,
All of
you
them.
know, owned businesses. We fucks with y'all. So fucks with them.
Yeah. There it is.
There it is right there.
There
All right. Thank you,
is
John.
right there.
Definitely appreciate this, man. Definitely.
Yes.
Enjoy yourself, and thank you again for rocking with the Hourglass podcast.
Podcast.
And what the time is now.
Now.
See you later.
We gonna caddy snatch on up out of here, you dig?